Hello and welcome to Against the Storm. There was a patch, and the patch redid a couple things. One of the things it redid was it merged deeds and achievements into single things now. So I guess we can go ahead and claim a bunch of these because they philosophically the developers felt like deeds were achievements because they required you to accomplish some type of particular task. So they just kind of merged the two systems together. Um, so, we'll go ahead and claim that. Let's go ahead and look at the upgrade screen, see if there's any progress we can make here yet. I feel like um, is there anything we're interested in getting now? We have some resources. I want to save artifacts because I feel like that's what is the hardest resource to get. I'm gonna unlock this just because we have so much food. It's fine to increase. It's fine to like claim some of these resources here. Um, that's global production speed. All right, did we get the one that, yeah, this is venture one field further on the map. So I'd like to do this, but I can't yet because I need one more artifact. So I think my level is, it doesn't say on this screen, I don't think. Okay, so I can't unlock this yet, which means my level, or yeah, my level must not be high enough. Or oh, no, that was this. Okay, I just didn't claim the previous thing. Okay, well, I think we've spent enough for now. I go ahead and grab this because I have so much food, but we'll have to keep moving along here. Seems like our current bottleneck is artifacts because every tech here requires artifacts. I mean, this one doesn't, but everything else does. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and do that as well, just because I have the resources. Okay, let's go back to looking at where we're going. Oh, looks like artifacts are on the menu, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. 12 artifacts too. That's kind of nice. Although that will be the end because I don't see us getting another settlement in here. So I'll go ahead and choose that option. I do want humans. I want beavers, so I think I'm gonna pick this first one. Okay, we are doing pioneer difficulty now, so we are getting an extra negative modifier. Dangerous and forbidden glade warnings are disabled. Okay, so you don't know. Huh, that's interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Um, let's go ahead and it is the Royal Woodlands. So let's see, clay, plant fiber, eggs, roots. I guess let's just go with some extra clay. No, let's go with some food. I think like food's always a pretty safe bet. All right, we're gonna go ahead and embark. Alrighty. So we have Forest Mystery, Wild Growth. Okay, all resource nodes have 10 more charges if they're discovered during a drizzle. After each storm, okay, during drizzle, every completed trade route during a drizzle will give me 5 random packs of trade goods. Okay, that's interesting. All right, during a storm, resolve drops 100% faster. I mean, as long as we keep resolve up, that won't be a problem. This would consume more goods at 4. and this would double the amount of food they eat if they don't have housing and services. So nothing too drastic, nothing that like kills people or anything. But, you know, food scarcity can always be a problem, so I don't want to be too complacent with that. Let's go ahead and build our roadways here. So it looks like, yeah, they just don't have any indicators as to what glades are what. I mean, we know the tiny glades are gonna be fine to pop into without any problems. And then the kind of larger glades are more likely to be just danger glades. Forbidden glades are probably nearer to the edge of the map, so we'll just try to avoid going into those unless we absolutely have to. I think we'll start off up here. We'll pop these 3 glades, I think are the safe bet. Let's Stonecutters doesn't do us any good. Harvesters gets us this. So we'll go ahead and build that. Scavengers gets us some of these eggs down here. I'm going to put it over here so I could, well, I guess it doesn't matter because we can't fit a, a marketplace. Okay, I'm going to slap down a little bit of housing. Looks like I'll just be able to nestle that one in there. And, now we just need the makeshift posts. Makeshift post. And rain collector. All right, now that we get the... No, I mean crew workstation, not rain collector. Okay, now that we got the basics up and running, let's go ahead and get started. And then let's talk a little about what else was changed in the patch notes. So the patch was interesting. One of the big changes they made, aside from, you know, the typical balance stuff and whatnot, they changed... Wow, they gave us all humans. They changed the ability to select multiple items to be used to do different recipes. But you could still set the priority of those items so that you could say, you know, use this item first, and then once you run out of this item, move on to the next one. So it does give a little more flexibility with everything. It's kind of nice. I think it's a good thing overall. The other thing they did, it wasn't just stuff that's being consumed, but I think you could prioritize what recipe is being performed in a building that has multiple recipes. So let's go ahead and take a look. 3 mushrooms for every 10 grain. I think that's good, because I'm guessing we will get grain. It's the Royal Woodlands. What do we want here? Probably Forager's Camp, but I do want to kind of tap into another glade, get an eyeball on some things first. Let's go ahead, pop some humans into there. Let's look at our orders. They did do some order rebalancing. Apparently they increased farmland crops. They made it take longer to plant, but they increased the yield of the crops, which is interesting because that's like a strategy I typically do anyway. Okay, this will just give us some supplies, which is fine. I'm okay with this, I think. I think I could use a couple villagers. Discover 2 glades, and then rebuild a building. Well, we've already kind of committed to grain and mushroom production, like balancing each other. So I think we'll go with that. Or I should say balancing, more like compounding on each other. So I don't know If I'm gonna need the trapper's camp or if I'm gonna need the forager's camp. It could look, I'm guessing they fixed this by now, but meat and insects are considered a common good. I don't see wheat anywhere on this list. And vegetables. Yeah, I don't know. We could already get eggs from this. All right, so that's moss broccoli. That's a vegetable. So we're going forager camp. I'm gonna go with ale. And then rain mill. And then just praying that I end up getting a small farm at some point. Just because we need something to plant. All right, once they get these built, we should complete the shelters order. And we have one impatience at this point, so it's fine to turn it in pretty much as soon as we get it. We got to turn off allowed fuel coal for the time being. I'm going to move these guys over here. So we could keep chopping over in this direction. If we could pop into this glade, it'd be nice. If we don't get around to it, that's fine. I'm going to like just focus on trimming that. Let's go ahead and turn this order in. Gives us some plates, gives us some mushrooms, gives us 3 more villagers. That does mean we might have a couple more. We got 1 more beaver. We could put that in here. Make this a little more efficient. I'll slap this path down. We do have a new building. Let's see what we got. I mean, these are 3 buildings that can build on fields, so it's probably better to get something than nothing. All right, who do we want? What do we want here? I don't know. I mean, I really want a small farm, but I can't get it yet. Let's go ahead and slap down a stonecutter's camp. We don't need it at the moment, but I want to put it down, if anything, just so we could turn in another order here. Let's go ahead and put some humans in here so they could start gathering up these eggs. We probably want to start making some of this stuff. So I'm going to put a person in here, but I'm going to limit it to 10 of each for now. We could do clay. Plant fibers, fine. All right, we'll just go ahead and keep working on all that. All right, we do get mushrooms here. Did we ever put the foragers camp down? No. All right, well, we'll get around to that in a little bit. I just want to get this all kind of dug out. Now, we really only want to pop into a glade during a drizzle. And that's because nodes discovered during a drizzle. By the way, I have 1.02, so I'm going ahead and turn this order in. Nodes discovered during a drizzle have 10 more charges, which means more stuff to harvest. Okay, what do we got here? I'm just gonna go with plantation and hope that I end up getting something other than that down the road. I'm gonna re-roll. I feel like I'm worse off than I was. I'll take the bakery. I really, really want something that I could use. Okay, we are in the drizzle right now. So does it make sense to try to pop into a glade while we're drizzling? Probably. Maybe these small glades. I don't think we're ready to move into a big glade at this point, but I think a small one's fine. Let's go ahead and put this here. Let's move this guy over. Can't quite fit there. I guess we'll focus on this, and maybe we could trim out a little there and move in that direction. Okay, I do want more beavers, because that will help us chop quicker. So let's slap a beaver in there. Let's take a look at our cornerstone options. Gain 2 artifacts for every dangerous forbidden glade event solved. I mean, artifacts are what we're short on, and I don't really necessarily think these are that great, so we'll go ahead and do that. Not that I think we're going to solve that many, but it's something. We probably should build a forager camp just to get the food flowing. Let's go ahead and do it. Looks like harpies are a thing. Okay, I'm gonna move down here just to get a little closer, keep that chopping going. Let's see our next orders. Okay, have humans and keep them happy, and you'll get stuff, including a brick oven. Or I could trade coal and building materials for some stuff that will help me get more stuff later on. I already have a pie recipe. I guess I'll do this. At least 2 hubs upgraded to encampment. I doubt I'm going to do that. I guess we'll go this route, even though I didn't take the building that generates jerky. Maybe down the road I'll get something. I'm hoping they tap into this before drizzle's out. I doubt they're going to. It's possible. I did kind of narrow it down a fair amount. There we go. All right, so flex field. So now we just focus on kind of trimming out all this other stuff and just making some general room. And try to save the glade pops for drizzles as best we can anyway. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be times where that doesn't happen. All right, harvester camp is out of resources. There's some in here. I guess we'll just move it down here for the time being. We have been working on making stuff and things. So let's go ahead and build, even though we can't do anything with it yet. I guess we could put down a brewery. We can also put down a rain mill. We could get the trading post down somewhere. I'll just put it all the way down here. Just to get it built and going. Should be fine for now. So here's where you could kind of set the priority of what you want to work on. 1, 2, and 3. Which is kind of nice. And then let me find a recipe like this where you could choose both. And if you hold down shift, you could change the priority. So like use roots first and then use grain. Harpy resolve is super low, which is not great. I guess let's try putting a harpy in here. Maybe that'll help cheer them up a little bit. Trader Zorg. So plant fibers, not that great. I probably should have picked something that made roots instead of plant fiber. Right, yeah, because this is berries. I mean, I guess it's better than nothing. Let's go ahead and build it just to get it going. Trader Zorg. That would be nice, but there's no way I'm getting 60 amber off this guy. I don't even know if I'll be lucky enough to get 20. I'll try, though. I'd like to get this grain production because we could stack that. I feel like I'm already kind of stacking it. Do 30 resin. We could do some eggs. I don't want to, like, run myself out of food, but I do have some of these resources. I don't want to use the roots if I don't have to. We have a lot of plant fibers, so I guess let's go ahead and trade most of that away. I don't think I need any of that. Yeah, we'll just run with this for now. And I guess we'll... I didn't mean to do that. Alright, scavenger camp, harpy resolve. Yeah, kind of out of luck there. I think that harpy's gonna abandon us. Alright, so packs of crops. Let's set this to like 5. Let's set all this to 5. Yeah, I'm really regretting. By the way, if you select multiple resources like this, it'll round robin between them if you have enough in stock. If you don't, it'll just focus on the one. So I guess we could do this for the time being. And we should throw somebody in here. All right, we're about to enter the drizzle, so I think our focus needs to shift a little bit. Kind of trim some of this stuff out. All right, the harpy left. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Right, we are in the drizzle. I'm going to move this up here. I'm going to move this over here. We're just kind of maximize what we got going on here. I will take that because that will give us 3 beavers, which means we can change these out and make these faster woodcutters. 20 amber for every 100 ale. We do have the ability to make ale. We're not actually making it at the moment, but we have the ability. All right, let's move this scavenger up here. Keep going in that direction. We do need to start building some housing, which is going to be a little problematic. I'm going to leave a little gap there. There's no functional reason for it, other than it just looks prettier, I guess, when I do these in smaller groups. Nothing's being built right now anyway. Never mind. I guess we do have some humans that aren't doing any work at the moment. Slackers. Let's slap them in here. Get some berries and some fiber going. Takes a little longer to sow those fields now. Okay, we got some grain production. There we go. Got some nodes discovered. I guess we could refocus on getting into this. Come on. There's not that many trees to pop before the drizzle's out. There we go. Stormbird nest. Got some eggs. That's good. That'll be useful for... What did I do with it? Scavenger? Where's our scavenger camp? Oh, you're down here getting... That's the harvesters. Okay. Oh, whatever. We'll figure it out. Scavenger's up here grabbing roots. Which is fine. Alright, so now I think it's time to start looking at some of these bigger glades. I do want to start chopping in that direction. This guy's gonna have to move over here. If we could at least shave down a big part of this tree here, and we could shave this down here, that gives us 2 potential glades to pop into next time around. Next drizzle, I should say. Okay, so Spark Dew and selling goods, or doing 8 trade routes to a trader. I mean, I'll do that. Doesn't seem too hard. Fertile soil, packs of crops. I like that idea. That's where I want to go. We are working in that direction. To move this guy up here a little bit, I think. We do need some decorations. I think if we put down some barrels over here, that could at least make things a little bit better. Okay, so roots, that'll have to be used for this. I think we could limit this to like 30. Slap a harpy in there for now. Just trim out a couple more of these trees. All right, at least we're getting some housing. That should help with morale a little bit. These harpies are never going to be like super happy until we start getting some of this. I don't think... So we could do this, and that'll make beavers unhappy, but it'll take a little longer for them to tick down. So it's probably worth doing. Let's try trimming a bunch of this out. All right, we can turn that off. Beavers are happy again. We are now in the drizzle, so I think it's fine to focus our efforts on tapping into here. And let's actually unselect that so they don't waste their time doing that. Okay, I think we'll get some pottery there. Every time I sell goods worth 40 amber, I get global resolve. It's slow building, but it's something we could do. Yeah, I think that's fine to do. Okay, harvester camp has nothing nearby. Let's move it. There's no place to move it that's beneficial. We did up our level 2 encampment, so that added 2 global resolve, which is good. Once we start building some of this beaver housing, that will start housing some of the beavers, which will free up some of these shacks for the harpies. But in order to do that, we really need some of the stuff to be made here. So I think planks are probably what we're lowest on right now, so I'll go ahead and focus on that. Increase the priority. Let's go ahead and slap human in here, get started on this ale. I don't think we need to do packs of crops here as well. Look at our trade good options. So I need to keep 3 of each of those. No, packs of crops. Technically I need more, but we're trying to get some amber here. I don't know how much I need of any of that. All right, I do think I want to try to get as much wood as possible out of here. Do like 500. Get rid of some resin too. I don't think I'm going to get to 40, but I'm going to try to get, you know, as close as possible. I'll keep 3 of those aside. I don't want to use my simple tools up. I guess I could use... I guess I got to 40. All right, so I'll gain pottery every time I open a glade. I think that's fine. And then faster woodcutters, I'll take that as well. That does give me 40, so that should give me a stack of global resolve. Yeah, gained 1. All right, perfect. So when I pop in this glade, I should get 20 pottery. And because it's in the drizzle, all the nodes in it should be more prosperous. Yeah. 74 mushrooms. Too bad we don't have anything that can gather it right now. All right, living matter. We have to address that as fast as possible because that's going to eat away all our food. Let's build a storage in the middle of here. Can't do this right now, but I think I want... Do I want the people or do I want the amber? Probably the amber. We're kind of low on food. All right, harvester camp says nothing nearby. Is there anything in here that's harvestable? No. The forager camp, there definitely is some food here, and we're building a storage unit. So that should work out pretty well for us. Do I want to do anything with this stamping? Pottery? No, I think I'll probably just break it down. I don't need to worry about that right now, though. Okay, we do need to start making spark dew so I can turn in this trade and industry order. So let's slap a rain collector in here. Since the harvester camp has nothing nearby, we should probably just take the people out of it for the time being. Now that we are out of the drizzle and into the clearance, we should probably put a little bit of effort on digging down into here. I don't want to pop into the glade though, so I don't want to make any mistakes there. But let's just delete as much tree as possible. Hopefully they'll be done with this pretty soon. And then it'll stop eating away our food supplies. This needs to be a higher priority. Okay, so now that's done. That should take care of some of this food production pretty directly. Let's salvage this and get the resources. Scavenger camp's got nothing nearby. I'm sure there's some eggs there. There's a lot of eggs over here, but this is pretty far away. I mean, we'll slap it down there for now. All right, order-wise, I think we can go the route of making humans happy. And then that requires education. I think I'll wait on that for now. I would like to get another farm field up and running. Let's send this to the Citadel. I think it's fine to use the vegetables for that because we're going to get a lot more in pretty short order. Harpy resolve is low and dropping. We could wait and kind of do the same trick again. I was hoping more of these houses would be done by now, but they're taking a long time. We don't really have any efficient buildings for lumber or anything yet. All right, let's go ahead and make them happy for a little while. Turn that off. All right, everybody's happy again. Pop into this. Well, I guess let's do that. All right, so this is even more amber for every 100 ale. And this is faster wood cutting. I think wood cutting is happening fast enough, so I'm going to double down on the ale production here. That should give us some extra amber to work with. Let's turn in this order. We can't even make grain yet, but we're hoping the day will come. I think we can slap another person in here. I'm going to press a little bit. I'm going to re-roll. I hate to use so much amber for this, but I do feel like it's something that needs to happen. All right, well, I'm kind of up against the wall at this point. I don't have any amber left. I'll pick this just to get something going over here. We could slap some people in here. We could at least get this harvested. We haven't built the rain collector yet. I do need to get that spark dew dug out so I could turn that in. I also need to, now that we can, let's move these guys down here. Probably should chop out some of this too. We'll pop into this, figure this glade out, and then we'll come over here and clean this patch up. Maybe get another plantation up and running. At least that'll get us some berries to work with. Okay, so here we go with another. We got roots. That's good. We need that for ale and some other stuff. You know, now that I think about it, I don't recall in all that re-rolling that I did seeing any like lumber mill or any sort of recipe for that, which is a little surprising. Let's throw somebody in here to start making some spark dew. worst case scenario, we could at least trade some of it to a vendor. Sother, the Ancient. I'm gonna maximize. Yeah, let's see what options he gives. He buys strange stuff. I have 27 amber left. I think I'll do this. It'll increase resolve. I mean, I don't think it's that important to do, but I do want to get this smithy up and running as well, because I feel like we can definitely use the coats, although we probably want to limit that to like 50. And then we're going to need these trade goods, so probably flour or potter. Well, flour or pottery. Hey, I could do that now. Because we're going to need these trade goods anyway. Let's go ahead and pop some humans in here for the time being. We don't have any... Well, I could do... Yeah. Let's go ahead and do that, and we'll get some simple tools. I could use this to get some amber. Or would I rather pop a larger one? Yeah, give me 2 artifacts. Yeah, I'll do that. Sounds good. This spark dew will let me turn this in shortly. Human resolve isn't quite there, but I think we're actually building some housing now, so it's moving in the right direction. I do need to get more of these silly decorations up and running. All right, so that's 4 of that, and then I need 4 of the blue ones. Let's go ahead and just pop that down, even though we don't really have the resources for it. Let's go ahead and turn this in. It'll give me some stuff to deliver. Let's build the plantation here, even if I'm not actually utilizing it yet. Can move over here. I'm a little nervous about this glade here, just because I don't know if this is a forbidden glade. It's right near the edge, so I kind of don't want to pop into that. I'm just not confident. Oh, thank goodness, a lumber mill. That's good. I don't have any other option here, so let's go ahead and go with the lumber mill. I am desperately behind on woodworking stuff. I need to build it over here, though. Can I trash? I'm just gonna... Yeah, that can go away. I don't need it anymore. Let's get the lumber mill up and running. That can fit right there. Let's do a very high priority on getting that going. I don't need any of that. Did we get some resolve or something? Oh, something happened there. Pick an order. I guess we'll do building materials and packs of crops because we know we're going to have that. I don't know we're going to have education. I can do trade goods. Then again, I can also do this. Neither of these are that important. That's really expensive, though. Maybe I should have picked the other one. We're not really going to produce any coal. So I guess let's do this, which just essentially requires us to get to use bricks to make stone roads. Okay, slap down some farm fields there. This needs to be priority 2. All right, we need to... Oh, I forgot to switch the harpy. Oh well. We lost the harpy. Oh well, here's 2 more. All right, let's take a look here. I guess we could do this again. It tracks them separately. I guess let's tap into this glade over here. That'll serve 2 purposes. It'll get this up and running, and I'll be able to build these last couple farm fields. We'll pop into a glade during the drizzle, and we know it's not like a forbidden glade, so this probably is, so I don't want to pop into that one. We are low on food again. Okay, did we get enough simple tools? We did. So let's keep the goods on this one. Investigate that. I'm gonna move these guys over here. And we're gonna kind of trim out here. I think this glade might be okay to pop into. But I want to kind of clean out this whole area so I can build stuff, because it's kind of holding me back a little bit. Let's go ahead and move this guy over here, and we'll just get to work on that. Okay, so here is a meaningful improvement. We're going to limit this to like 60. And we are going to turn off planks here. So that should give us plenty of packs of building materials. We're going to have plenty of planks to work with. Yeah, that's the only material I'm saying to make that with. How many do we need? We need 8. Packs of trade goods. Limit 20. Okay, perfect. So people should be getting happier because we're making clothing. We're making packs of trade goods. Things are going a bit better. We got some housing being built finally. Are these not... What does that symbol mean? Too far. Okay, so you are pointless. Why would that be too far, but this one isn't? Oh, never mind. It just wasn't finished being built yet. Okay, so we need beaver housing. We could definitely put some along here. That'll consume some of our harpy housing. We can get some of that down. That might cheer up some of these harpies for once. Let's talk to Sahilda, see what she's got. So we can get even more pottery every time we pop a glade, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. We're not going to need these tablets, right? Because we already picked all our orders, and none of the orders required tablets. We still have a lot of wood. A lot of resin. I still want to keep some resin back because sometimes a danger glade event consumes resin. We have some stone there. We're making plant fiber, so I don't have to worry about selling this. Let's go ahead and do that. We get more. I like that. And I like that. We're not doing anything with mushrooms. even though I wish we could. All right, so we really need to focus our efforts on making humans happy. Let's slap you down here. Okay. These decorations are being built. Now that we have planks coming out, no problem. Okay, so that increases this. Plus 10 global production. We got happier beavers. We got happier humans coming up. Hopefully some happier harpies in the near future. Important delivery. Let's go ahead and turn that in. That gives us some simple tools. Gives us some more essence, some coats. Okay, we're already gathering that. Is there another glade thing we can utilize? Well, let's go ahead and do this for now. We could slap some people into here. They'll gather that. Is there any benefit to this? Probably, seeing as we're like starving. I think it's fine to just use that. I don't really want to tap into another glade right now because we're about to enter storm. But now that we're kind of freeing up some room, I think we can go ahead and move this stuff in this direction. We could start trimming. RP resolve is super low. Wow, why is it so low? Are we just not making anything they care about? I guess not. We should probably do something with food at some point. Yeah, we have a bakery. I probably should build that. All right. That pretty much ends the flower game for us for a while. So, are we making packs of trade goods here? We are. Combination of pottery and flour. All right, so I'm thinking this adds skewers and pigment to our list, which are kind of a prerequisite for those other things, right? So go ahead and slap this down. Yep, I forgot to tap that again, but that's all right. We actually need less people in our settlements anyway. At least that's the lie I'll tell myself for doing a bad job. All right, I really don't want more people. We have plant fiber. I guess we'll do faster wood cutting. Even though we don't necessarily need it, it doesn't hurt anything. If I take this, I will have to build another human house. And I will have to build at least another 2 beaver houses. Get that going. Human resolve. I think I can cheese it. All right, that takes down global resolve. I think I'm gonna wait until I get this done, and I should be able to get that done. Tools. I have enough tools. I'm gonna do this and keep the stone because I need the stone for paved roads. So I need 50 paved roads. Hopefully that'll be enough. We'll see how that goes. Is there anything? There is. There's some marrow over here. We can go ahead and collect that. 16 more seconds. Okay, let's turn that order in. It gave us even more people, even though I didn't really need it. Let's go ahead and I think I'll take the roots because that lets me make ale. Yeah. I never did get farmland, but if I could at least take some of this stuff. I would like to move this guy up here. I would like to at least build the bakery or cookhouse. Probably the bakery. Well, I don't know. I can build both, I guess. Build the bakery there. Build a cookhouse here. Let's see how much gets done there. We are building paved roads. That should complete that. Packs of crops wise. You do need to increase that limit to 20. Do I need any more packs of building materials? I do. That needs to go to 15. Because I need that for this one, funding an outpost. Okay, we are drying up on vegetables over here. That just feels like a danger glade to me, so I'm gonna go after this one next, I think. I do want to build a storage here. I do think that'll be beneficial for up here. I do need to trim that out as well, because we need as much as we can get. All right, Zorg has arrived. How is this situation? All right, so I need 4 of every, or 8 of the green, and then 4 of the other ones, and then a service building. All right, so I have a lot of stuff to potentially trade here. I mean, we want to max out our amber purchasing because that benefits us the most. I'm just going to sell all this. I'm not doing anything with the seam arrow. So we will sell as much of that as possible. And that looks like that gets us like most of the way there. I don't need the copper ore for anything. We are making plant fiber, so I could sell that. That's not a problem. Okay, that gets us the amber we wanted. Planting crops is faster, harvesting crops is faster, though that's all good. Global food production speed. I guess we could do that. All right, we'll just leave that at that for now. I really should have got that other building. We are in for a world of hurt pretty soon. I honestly don't know if we'll successfully complete this. We might be our first loss. See what happens. All right, that's 43 paved roads. I need 48. That's 50. Hopefully that'll be enough. Packs of trade goods are mopping up there. I do need to build another plantation over here. I was hoping we would actually be able to get... We're about to enter storm. Let's go ahead and trim this up here. Okay, we do have the paved roads. That does give us simple tools, gives us some more pottery. Just another building. Okay, a tavern gives us leisure, which we need. So let's get the tavern built. I think that can go over here. That needs to be a pretty high priority. Forager's camp has nothing nearby. That means we completed the food out of there. Is there any more food we can scavenge? Not that I see. So I'll have to slap that there for now. Okay, this is a pile of roots here. So what is my scavenger currently doing? This is stonecutter. Scavenger's over here getting a resource I already have. Okay, that's harvester. Scavenger. Do I not have something? Oh yeah, scavenger. All right, you're getting eggs, which I get. We're kind of low on, well, we're not that low on food anymore. So I think we can move up here. I would really, really like the roots, because that's kind of a bottleneck of mine right now. I'm just not gonna get more people at the moment. We'll do more local taxes, I guess. Okay, so everybody's housed, which is good. We could put 3 people in here. Who likes being in here? I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, that's good. That means we are... Our resolve is up. Resolve is good. All right, I do want to move this woodcutter. We could go here. This hopefully will be one of the last glades we have to tap into. Let's go ahead and bust into that. It is still the drizzle right now. Let's build a plantation. This is the best spot for it. Set a higher priority. I don't think we need more people at the moment. Goods. That's goods for the Citadel. That's trade goods. Let's turn in this order. It's gonna give us 5 people. I don't need more people. Stop. Okay. Abandoned cache. A lot of meat. I think I'd rather have the termites to get the insects. Let's go ahead and convert it. This is a ranch that would use plant fiber to make these things. Yes, I think this could be good for us. Let's rebuild the ranch. And then I think here, this will give us some roots. I'm good with that. Looks like we're using the simple tools, which I'm fine with. And then, yeah. That's pretty good. Foragers camp's got nothing nearby. Looks like we got the last of the roots out of there. Nothing harvestable over there. Nothing anywhere I see on the map, which is a little unfortunate. I guess we'll just leave it there for the time being. Let's go ahead and just get this to get this. We got the farm fields. We just need the packs of crops. So the problem is we don't have enough food for the packs of crops. It's getting there, though. I need 40 packs of crops is what I need. All right, well, I have enough food creation things. We don't really need anything. I'm gonna re-roll. I'm actually gonna take the Trapper's Camp, just because there is a lot of stuff that's harvestable. Yeah, like look at all this stuff I can harvest. Not to mention the what you call it? The ranch. Okay, so that's one of the 2 I could turn in. I think I mean, it's kind of funny, the grain, but because I just don't think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna take this one because I don't want more people. So that'll push us a little closer in that direction. I can take the herb garden. That will give us unlimited roots, which actually will... I'm gonna get rid of that. We're actually gonna put a herb garden down here instead, which I guess I'll just take this. Why not? Move you here. I could just put a path going up to here. We need more housing. This is getting a little cramped here. I think I'm gonna have to build another hearth somewhere. Maybe down here. We can build some more housing. Wait, was that harpy housing? It was. Now I need human housing. Oh, there's some roots over here too. Look at that. All right, well, let's get that all built up. We could probably put some people in here. We have plenty of people. We'll be able to make skewers with it's like eggs and insects and meat. Do we need... I don't want to waste coal on that. I should have clicked that a little quicker. We are going to have herbs, so I think that's fine. Let's limit this to like 30 of each of those. Pigment, we could limit to like, I don't know, 20. But that is doing wonders for making people happy. Let's go ahead and slap some humans in here. Get that going. That should be pretty much an endless supply of everything. And then we could slap some humans in here. And that'll give us meat. That'll give us leather. We could limit this to like 50 of each. I don't really need eggs, so we can kind of let that go. What does Sother have to offer us? I guess we could do that. Okay, so you got nothing nearby, but you can definitely... Here, let's put a harpy in there. Why can nothing be sacrificed? I mean, it doesn't matter. We're about to complete it anyway. There we go. We got housing. We got happy everybody. Scavenger camp. We can move down here. Get some of those roots in. Harvester camp. I guess we could go here. And forager camp. We can put you really wherever. It doesn't really matter. We'll just slap you down here for now. And there we go. Completed. It got a little dicey there for a minute, but we managed to pull it off. We did get 18 artifacts, which is really, really nice. So we'll be able to buy some more stuff, and we are ready to reset the map. So we'll end the cycle, and we are ready for next time. Well, after we watch the brief cutscene there. All right, thank you for watching. If you like the video, please consider clicking the like button and consider subscribing to see future videos. And we will catch you in the next one.